Garrison's been doing the same grind I'm having to do. The hard, medium, low, medium, hard. This time we're not going to be silly and skip the Reaper. As a matter of fact, we're coming back here and we're getting a hireling, because that scared me. This one has hires up to level 3. I am going to get Ellery. I won't need her for the normal quest, so I'm going to leave her in there. But I am going to need her as I get up and try to do a couple of these on Elite.
You dispatch the guards with ease. The way into the gambling hall is clear.
Uh-oh. I forgot to pull something, I think. How can you forget Quarthos? Are you over? Which server are you on right now? Okay, so this can be the hardest part, is when these stupid dogs spawn. They actually have a good knockdown. Ah. Okay, get this one here. Out like in the wilderness. Now to end this, I would hit that. Dexterity.
A small
You can watch the video I did.
mounted above the cabinet on the northern wall of this room. A large, ugly fellow approaches with murder in him. Ramsay Northward falls to his knees and then flat on his face. His business will offend the church no longer.
Okay, whack.
Erect enough tables to
Okay, so there's
satisfy
very
the
few quests
crowd.
that it's faster just to run right out the door. This is one of them. Let's see here. Anything worth more than the others? You'll see their base value at the bottom. If it's something that you know you're going to sell anyway, get the most expensive one. We're going to run this one up. Well, let me see how much this one's favor is worth. It's only going to get me up to a max of 6. Maybe we'll come back if we're bored. Okay, we're going to go do this one. The warehouse is, once again, not the greatest. I do want to show a tip in here of how to get through it a little bit faster. So
This place stinks of kobolds and decaying trash. Vermin scurry away from your footsteps.
Yeah, he got him before I could. Okay, so he's gonna wake up the kobolds that are in here. Ah. Okay, so you got the key here. Take out these guys. Okay, so
Kobolds
right away there's a
milling
trap
about
here,
in the space beyond,
just as you go in.
rummaging through trash and
Yeah, they do.
curses at one another.
Especially since some of them throw magic missile. Okay, so this is a trap, so we're gonna go as fast as we can through it. Whee! And some of them are really hard to reach. Like that guy up there's nearly impossible. Oh yes, yes. That's a different quest. Okay, so if you don't want to break everything, and there's a lot of things to break, those smuggling gems are only in barrels. See? Barrel, gem. So if it is a barrel, check it. If it's a box, you can leave it. We're going to pick up treasure bags because some of those are what we need for various crafting. Ooh, potion of jumping. Yes, please. Got a ruby. Now, obviously, if you want to break all your boxes, there are things that can fall out of it. But there's a lot of boxes in here. So focusing on the barrels can get you a lot out of here a little faster.
Kobolds have thrown up a rickety barricade here, blocking further progress.
So sometimes you do have to go into the rooms. Oh, look at that. 2 in that little bitty room. Got a mushroom and loots. Okay. This is one of those ones he was talking about. This shaman can be painful on high levels or harder difficulties. Kill your mobs before you worry about the boxes. If you need it, here's that magical rose shrine. Ta-da! Adventures pack. Yeah, I felt like I ran past one. Now, just so you know, there's actually more than you need in here. There are definitely more, but it never feels like it when you're looking for the last one that you've ran past or hit and didn't realize you hit it. So you're going to see I have boarded and went a different direction than I started originally. That's just because there's another one up top here, another room, and both these ramps are trapped, and this is the easier ramp to get down past. Did I just go back in a circle? I did. I'm brilliant. I meant to go out the other door. Oops. lot of people do not like this quest. We will not be running this on the upper difficulties because it does take a while. It's a needle in a haystack quest. I don't usually like needle in a haystack quest. It means it's nothing to do with how well you can play the game or how well your character can do. It's literally the randomness of where did you find the random stuff they've hidden in behind boxes. Let's see if we can actually see this. Well, don't forget, you actually get the other ones. Oh, let me not die to these guys. You get the Anger Step from one of the turn-ins too that gives you the kind of the same stuff. Okay, so there's a couple other. Hey, we got both the rares. No rubies in this one though. Hey, we actually got a bauble, which is a trinket. I was telling you that those are kind of one of the harder ones to get to. Is it the best room? Nope, but it's a slot. And somehow or another, I've yet to find a pair of gloves.
You flinch as an unseen web clings
If you run straight down the middle, don't doubt yourself. There's just slicing blades, but you gotta go straight down the middle, otherwise it will get you. Ruby. So, Wormy, have you convinced any of your friends to download the game and at least install the coupon for it? Just in case. There's a rare occasionally. Well, actually, this rare that regularly pops up over on this corner. So we're gonna just check. Not up over here. And I forgot my arachnophobia warning. Sorry. Well, like I said, I tell people that even if they're not 100% sure if they ever want to play the game, they need to download it and do that coupon. Just because it's such a good coupon that even if they decide to delete it eventually, they had a chance to get all that free stuff. Fortification sounds nice, but it is a reduction in my hip. We are going to make that swap. Lose a little AC, but it's 1 AC for fortification increase. I'll take it. I mean, you just got to figure out how to phrase it. Just tell everybody that DDO is giving away most of their DLCs for free and see if you can get any takers that way. I don't foresee me ever using that. We're going to sell it. For purposes of space, we are going to end up keeping our throwing axes instead of having to use 2 slots. Exactly. If you say DLCs, it sounds a little bit better because you get all those DLCs for free if you just download it and use free DDO. What is it? Free DDO 2024. Because that's exactly what they are. Just expansion packs. Little bitty expansion packs. Okay, so this is one that we are probably going to farm up to elite if we can. And I'm going to show you the trick to this quest. You can A, go the long way, break a whole lot of stuff, run through some traps, or B, come over here and jump right here. Run through that and bypass half the quest. Did you get that? Straight ahead. Don't break the box. Jump. Make sure you have enough jump. Otherwise, all those potions about jump that we've been collecting, totally worth it. Okay, there's a potential of, I think, 3 rares. Technically, maybe 4, but we bypassed one of their locations. Ooh, look, I got gloves. What was on those? Shield bashing. Sure, why not? Hey, look, we have finally got all of our body parts covered. Hopefully I caught that mute fast enough that you didn't hear me coughing everywhere. Okay. Turn the other way. There are explosive barrels. If you don't hit next to people.
And can only be opened when the runes are lit. Look for the 2 mechanisms that will unlock the door when activated.
Okay, only one of these 2 rares shown. There's usually, sometimes there's up to 2 in here. Okay, I'm gonna go to a rare that I don't normally farm. Again, the whole concept of, is it worth it time-wise?
You have revealed a hidden passageway.
This is another arachnophobia. Okay, so this one actually has a strength requirement. I can do it because I'm a strength-based character. So I'm going to open it here, but I'm also going to show you an alternate choice. So you get in here, you've got your sorcerer with like 8 strength or whatever. You can't make that check. You got a box right here. And let me go to the other way. You got boxes right here. Here. Crawl over the top and you're now in there.
Spiders have heavily infested this area of the hideout. No wonder it was sealed off.
Okay, after you kill the Black Widow, the objective item falls. No, it's over. It was only good for a week. For the snow event. Ah! So you can get back out, just in case you get in this way. And you need to cheat, or take the easy way back out. Because otherwise you could definitely get in there and realize, you probably shouldn't have gone in if you couldn't get back out. Okay, here there is a trap up the hill, so we're actually going to let one of those kobolds potentially escape because it only fires once. And he triggered it for us. We're going to wait a second, wait for it to clear. We'll let him take that damage instead of me. He also summons all these kobolds to us so we can leave quickly. We heard a growl. Means we got some bonus. Not going for max bonus in here just because we didn't take the long route. To get the biggest bonus, you actually have to be able to get this boss that's gonna spawn here. Out here somewhere. Hope he doesn't catch you. And then you gotta come in here and kill these kobolds before you kill him. And on normal, I wasn't sure I would be able to. So let's see. In the end, I got Onslaught, which is almost there. And even on normal, that was worth 2,500 XP. Granted, he also almost killed me because I was goofing off. This is fortification 25. Actually going to be less fortification than the boots I just put on, or the armor I just put on. We have boots of jump in here. Don't need them, because obviously I can still do the jumps that I need right now. I am keeping my boots of running speed on right now. Okay, let's see. We do have 2 action points we can spend. We're going to go ahead and put our points into the Divine Might and my trees. Obviously, if you picked a different class to start with, that's up to you. Figure out, do some research. There's going to be choices in there. Now that I've got my Divine Might maxed, I'm actually going to put it on a hotbar. We're going to go with 0. Divine Might is going to give me a bonus to attack, damage, and tactical feats for up to 120 seconds, and it's half my damage, or my charisma modifier, which is why I said we needed some charisma when we started this. We got a little boost to all of our stats from our guild buffs that we picked up too. So now we're going to run over here. We're going to turn this bad boy in. There's absolutely nothing of what we need in here, so we are going to do the whole which one's worth the most. That was nice. Oh, clear winner is this +2 weapon. Oh yes, UMD, even for non-charisma, it's definitely worth a good investment. UMD is probably the most important one that you can possibly get. Even if it means it's a half stat of whatever. Because eventually, you are going to need it to resurrect people, maybe heal people, mainly to resurrect people, and the ability to teleport once got the chance is amazing. Okay, the rare didn't spawn in here. I'm not actually upset. This difficulty gets harder to not see the rares. We're not going to go after the spider this time. I was just kind of showing you the easy way in. They're not worth a lot of XP. And I am a flower sniffer to only a certain degree.
Can only be opened when the runes are lit. Look for the 2 mechanisms to unlock the door when activated.
We still have an hour and 52 minutes on my XP bonus that we got. Oh gosh, we got both of them in here. On that daily dice the other day. I know you're here. Let's see, these guys are hitting even pretty good on hard. Die. I do check all my chests just because sometimes they have surprises in them. We're gonna chuck a potion. Or 2. Again, letting the one escape in order to trigger that trap. This time I'm not going to goof off and jump around trying to get to the... Ooh, hopefully you watched me do it yesterday. Hopefully you remember. Did you find your expeditious retreat boots? Ooh, I have mail. Mail means favor bonuses. Remember, we are still attempting to farm enough to get that last expansion pack. I think you helped me solve it originally, honestly. Okay, so I'm actually going to pick up this item. Anything that's red means that you're not high enough level for it, but we're almost level 4. So I'm going to grab this just because it's another option for Featherfall. And that means if I find a better cloak than what I'm currently wearing, I can potentially take it off and put this on instead. Okay, here we go. This time I am going to pull out Larry. And make sure she is up and running before we get going. And I think I just went in on normal. You can always check to see what difficulty you're on, if you can remember what buttons to hit. I did, I just mindlessly ran in on normal. Let's recall out. By that, I mean you turn around and walk back out the door. Reset. We are not trying Reaper. I think I'm pushing my luck with Elite by myself. So I'm taking the higher. Now, Elite in here is technically a level 4 quest. I am level 3. No real excuse, but it's an excuse nonetheless. It's one of those ones where you do want to plant your hire at the beginning, though, because they don't understand the jumpy thing, and they will try to run through all the traps to get to you. Let's do our bonus here. We're actually going to hang out here. Let them come to us. Okay, we're actually going to open this one this time. As you can see, there's nothing in here scary-wise, but it is a resurrection shrine, just in case you need to use it. Oh, can I get him before he gets there? Got him! Which means now I get to take in since I'm already over here. We're going this way. Oh no, you're not getting away from me, shaman. Only one rare. Okay with that. Tripped him. Like I said, sometimes you can bring the hirelings in just for rest and assurance. As you can see, I am not having to use her. Although I probably will before I go to that boss fight, just because he can hit hard. And I'm down to half health, so. I'm gonna grab this collectible, call her to me. Say, come here. You'd have to wait till she fully loads in before you can forcibly tell her to heal you. And even then she's gonna look at me like I've got 4 heads. Now, unfortunately, when I was looking around on the store earlier, I did not find where you can still buy the Elry starter pack. I was very sad. Okay, hanging out here. Why might I do it this direction? Because lets them come to me. It was a bundle. It was a starter bundle though, for like $4 or something at the time because it was on special. So they're not really good about opening doors. So in this case, if I need it, it's an emergency. Ta-da! We now have direct access here. And an alternative choice, which I may actually use here, is just making sure I get myself as close to that shrine as possible before the big boss hops out. So, just to be safe, because flat knuckles can hurt. Is he following? Yep. Eek. Will you get over here? I win. But by doing it and using that technique, even if he'd managed to kill me, he usually, I think he gets bored. Ah, these guys are gonna kill me. Come help me out. Oh, she's like, oh, I'm a healer. That's right, I should probably throw those instead of trying to swing my mace at these guys. Hi, cat. Are you gonna mess with my camera? Oh. I don't know if you saw my cat on the camera. She is enjoying my new clean desk. Okay, and we have now maxed out the favor that we can get out of this. Favor does not change from Reaper to Elite. Either of those directions, same. Okay, we're gonna go with what's worth the most gold because I don't like anything in here. A couple worth 2,000. Now, in choosing this method, you do need to make sure if you're lighter carrying capacity that you don't pick the heaviest item. Like this proof against disease actually has an augment slot, which is nice. Might actually hold on to that maybe. No point in building a crafter if you don't use something with augment. Repair my gear. Great sword. Okay, so hand wraps didn't used to have a check on them. Now apparently, for some reason, you need to be able to know how to tie your hands up with robes or rags or something. I don't know. focusing on what I don't want to accidentally sell. That's a favorite soul cleric item. Okay. Let's go peek your head down in PvP just because. Nope, nothing over there. Here we go. Mailbox, closest mailbox, closest mailbox. For achieving 50 favor, we got an additional 25. Let's delete these old ones. Oh yeah, that was hilarious. When he dropped a dragon in there, it was fun. There was actually a dev in there at one point. It was hilarious. Okay, so a few things you should always remember to do is every so often you should check on your abilities and your stuff, because I have been running around totally forgetting I had my lay on hands abilities. So I actually have some of my own healing now. I think I got that at level 3. Still no use of spells yet. Cured yet. I will get them soon. Okay, so right now we're working on our level 2 quests. We're trying not to do it too far over level, because penalties. Oops. So if I felt like just getting myself carried, I could join a group and just run just slow enough that I didn't die. But that's not really playing the game. Celery's timer's counting, going either way. Even though we're in on normal, we're gonna pull her out. We'll even let her run with us, because why not?
Garrison calls from above. Be careful down there.
Okay, there are some... Oh, who's this? Who's this? Hireling, kill them. Kill them faster. Okay, so there's a few things that terrify me in this game. Oozes are one of them. They will break your gear faster, and you know what? Close the door right in front of me. How rude. Between oozes and rust monsters. Scary, terrifying beasts. Especially to somebody that's running around in heavy armor. We just gonna run past that ooze. actually going to search our door here. Didn't have to search. I must have had a high enough spot. Now, some of these doors do actually close. I don't remember if that one does. We're going to leave it open just to see. Did you make it through Misery's Peak? We are getting to the point where magic missiles are gonna start to hurt if you end up in a party with a higher difficulty. And most of the shamans can throw them.
Notice a dim signal crystal above a lever on the far wall.
So, Wormy asked me earlier whether or not UMD is important. I'm actually going to go buy, after this
Metal
one,
grinds on
if I have enough,
and ripples
a
spread
wand
across
of
the
shield,
water.
which will protect me from magic missile. This game's a lot easier on normal.
Metal grinds on metal, and ripples spread across the water.
Okay, so this one took me a while to figure out when I first started, that you have to swim down and go in between. You opened up two different sides of it.
You leave the festering sewer
Oh,
water,
another ooze.
only to be assailed by a pungent new scent.
Ah! Get it, Ellery, get it! Thank you. I'm really terrified of them, I swear. Okay, and our clicky just ran out, but we're not gonna worry about that. Bloop. Man, they're not giving us like anything that's worth anything for us. Any of these. Do you want to turn in our stuff still? One, because we have something in our inventory that he wants that's just going to sit there and take space. Two, because there's rewards. Even if they're just going to turn into gold. Okay, so we're going to leave the area for right now because I do want to go get that wand I was talking about. I have two options. One, I'm in a guild, so I could technically go get the guild option. Probably is going to be a little cheaper there. But I'm just going to go where everybody else can go. Assuming I can buy it there. If I have to go too hard to look, I'm just going to the guild one. Like I said, if you're starting out and you're on any of the servers, Tycoons of Tomorrow is found in all of them, and I'm pretty sure they take pretty much anybody that has a pulse, as long as you're not rude. Welcome back. We are working on selling some stuff. Nope. Hopefully he came over here was to buy something. Okay, so Wand of Shield. It says my UMD is still pretty stinking low. So I only have a 35% chance of casting that, which means I'm going to go through that one pretty quick. It'll get better as I go higher level, but for right now, not so great. Also at this point, let me see if I can find them. Why am I not finding the potions of healing? Huh. Thought he had higher potions in this particular location. That's okay. I have faith in Alright. I was actually just looking for some regular healing potions instead of the lesser versions. Might have to go out to the guild one for that at this level. Welcome, by the way. House J. Okay. Let me go out that way. Probably don't have enough to get too many of them, but sometimes it's nice to have them just in case. And by the way, I love the name Guacamole spelled out. It's hilarious. It is actually one of those things, though, that it's worth spending on. Just due to the fact that as a free-to-play player, I still have the cap of finances. So I'm going to go grab at least a couple. I'm going to keep my gold amounts, my plat down. Although I've yet to hit the plat amount. Okay, which of these shops, though? Next to the teleporter, okay. I have to say this is probably one of the few houses that I still get like in 16 circles before I find it. Reagents. Potions vendor. There we go. We might even do a comparison shop here. Oh, that's not bad. 88's not horrible. As a matter of fact, let me see something. Granted, I have a +1 haggle. Ooh, that's actually not true. You can get Inflict Serious, if I'm not mistaken, in Veil as well. Now it's probably the lowest level you can get him at. Because you can't get into Veil until you go a high level. Let's see. Math says I can do like 20 of these. Yeah, easy. Yeah, level locked. But you can't get them there technically. So when you get to the high enough level. Okay, so there were 88 from that vendor. I am kind of oops. Let me run into a circle. Like I said, I get lost in House J still. 8 years. Still get lost in House J. So what server do you play on, Mr. Guacamole? That was the wrong way to go. But while we're here running around lost, I will show you where Fred is. Ah, okay. Then you sound like me. Orion is my home as well for my main account. So Fred, lovely Fred. Fred is where you can do feed exchanges when you mess up stuff. Or sometimes you have to meet certain criteria in order to get to those base things. And you can go back there and respec, so to speak. And I'm still going to get turned around and get lost in a pigeonhole. Don't forget it, we're doing it this way. I can do this. I am stronger. I will find my airship. I don't know what it is about House Drasco, but I always get lost. Okay, so they're 88 from there. Let me go see how much they would have been if I had managed to make the journey over to House Durk. Anybody that's willing to stop and help new and returning players is always great. My favorite part of this game is teaching people. Thanks. Thanks for the advice. Would never remembered they were in House J. Scroll. Potions vendor. Okay, so they're actually about 15 flat cheaper here for me as a guild member here. So next time when I need some more, I will come get them from here. I did want you to at least see that there's options, and thanks to Guacamole for pointing it out. They are actually in House Drasco as an option. Okay, here we go. Now back to what we're doing. We're going to slide that stack onto my hotbar. As you can see, we have filled up a lot of our inventory just with junk. This is that wacky weapon. Oh, I should use that against those oozes. Put that down here with the oozes. So when they come to attack me, I have something to smack them with. That does not work. You have to actually stick your weapon set together as a weapon set. The way I just did it, just literally overrode it. All these little shards are taking up space, unfortunately. I may have to go feed them back to the machines. If it lets me. Okay, we're gonna go back into the harbor. We're gonna check one more time, see if anybody else is running these quests. Arsenal Inlet on normal. Sunken on hard. Ugh. All the new people are on this server. You can tell, because nobody's running things on Elite. And I've only seen a handful of Reaper runners. Oh, another one of the solo players. Great. Yeah, I've been on and off myself for the last few years. Kind of wanted to give that perspective of the new person coming into the game right now. So I started a new account, applied our wonderful coupon going on, and we're going to stream for a little while with it. It is hard to be a completely new player, though, having the experience of how to do these quests. The easiest paths. Still easy there. Has been a long time since I've had to run normal, though. I fired up hardcore this season. Got bored in the first, like, day and a half.
The librarian cheerfully agrees to show you his collection. He leads you below
Now,
the
last
tower,
season
then
I did do,
motions you
like,
closer
not
to
this one that
speak.
just ended, but the one before that. It was the first time I played hardcore the whole way through. Granted, it was a lot easier, so I hit all the things pretty early on, and then I didn't have to keep going. I think they opened it to everybody after like one of the first
Despite
seasons.
this, the books seem bone dry.
You are still restricted to
Magic is big
the
work
stuff you
here.
own, though.
The librarian scans the shelves, muttering to himself. Best wait for him to leave before trying to steal Dulcamara's
Okay,
books.
so this particular quest is kind of deceptive. After teaching you over and over and over again how to use your search button in order to search for an item. Wait for him to leave.
The librarian has
It's going to
left
say
the room.
search
Quick,
the shelves
obtain
for
the
the
book and
stolen
return
book.
to
So if you
Dulcamara.
come up here and you're like, oh, let me search it. You're going to shake your head around and you can actually see it glowing. So you're like, wait a minute, what? And all I found was a trap box. And unfortunately, all you have to do is click it.
Voice shrieks,
But that's
"I
not what
know
it
your
says.
true
It says clearly to
intentions, thief.
search it.
My traps will be the end of you."
You'll notice I didn't click my expeditious retreat because I know that intro is a little bit long. Yeah, lots more chances to die. I think, honestly, it was not only eye-opening for the players, it was eye-opening for the devs as well. They found that there were a few places in low levels that were absolutely deadly for new players. And they actually adjusted it on live servers to dictate that. So more than once I have gone over here, pulled the other lever, forgot to come over and pull this one. It's a thing. Oh, what's my intelligence at right now? Oh, I think I'm one too low. So I must admit, I am guilty. One of the times I have been in hardcore of getting some poor rogue killed in here. I said, you're a rogue, you can make it through this, go do it. And then they died. Okay, so my intelligence is not high enough in here. Let's see if I have an intelligence item. Anything with intelligence. I don't have anything that's going to boost my intelligence. I do have something that I'm going to put on though. Electricity absorption, just in case. I'm on normal. Don't think it's going to kill me. You can't get around the traps. If you have enough intelligence, I think it's a 13, you can actually disable these runes. I have a 12. Hardcore levels out the playing field for a lot of people. Sure, you still got your diehards that know every quest and know the quickest way through things, but you take away all their past lives, you take away all their Reaper points, you take away all their everything, and all of a sudden, oh, crud, forgot that still goes. And lo and behold, everybody's playing like, I can die without Featherfall. I have died without Featherfall. Okay, so in the event you're ever in here on Reaper, you gotta make sure at this point that you've actually killed enough bad guys. Otherwise, you are gonna want to make these things spawn. Otherwise, you've got your intelligence item there. You can bypass this. These guys would have spawned. But you gotta make sure you at least have enough hits, kills. That trap, as nice as it is, has a very deadly trap on it.
You have found what you came for.
We are going to go in here, though, because I feel like we can survive this. Oh, I may not have the intelligence for it or anything about it. Nope. Came in here for nothing. So, in my case, had I thought about it, and I really cared hard enough, I could have picked up some potions of Fox Cunning, which would have boosted my intelligence by 4. That would have allowed me to actually get those runes in here that I was just short of. What was it trying to tell? What is it? There's a trap somewhere that direction. Weird. Although I am capable of leveling right now, that'll put me 2 levels above the quest that I'm running on normal. I think that gives me a penalty. So I'm staying at the level that I'm currently at right now. And with that, you can actually book up you can actually go all the way up to the very end with 1 point extra before you're considered capped out of the level above you. So I can hold my level 4 all the way up till the end of very end of where I can almost take level 5 without penalty. Just gotta be careful when you do that, that you don't go crazy and forget to pay attention. Clicker boots. I don't need it, but I do want my Featherfall and cloak back on my hopper. I'm not gonna be jumping off anything in here. Okay, we actually don't need that. That is a mob, but it's a mob we don't have to do. We have a minimum that we have to kill in this dungeon. You see? We have to kill at least 80. There are 80 in the path. Okay. And as you see, we got hit with 1 set of magic missiles and they hurt, so we're gonna pretend that we have UMD. We're gonna try this thing. Nope. Nope. Might take a chance. Aha. Got it. And now we're protected from those magic missiles that these guys like to throw. So there are a few items in here that you can search. See if I can get the door at least. There's one there. One there. Okay, I'm gonna open this one. The other one, they both have levers. The first one opens up an optional, but you have to be able to get the optional, the very end part of the optional, which is locked behind a gate that I can't get in because it's locked. It also has a couple other other restrictions. This is, I think, an intelligence rune. That is then a strength pull lever. Ultimately, there's a chest that pops up there. You have to be able to get in the chest in order to get like your 50 HP or XP. Exactly, they're encouraging a well-rounded party. I'm going to... Ooh, look at that. Remember, I can heal myself these days. And if you don't have a well-rounded party, at least they want you to remember to bring a hire that helps. Yeah, you can't get me with those magic missiles, haha. So every time you see that purple shield, that's those times that they would have been hitting me with those magic missiles. That one stop for that wand was definitely worth it. So I can detect the traps for some crazy reason.
Pipes might lead to further slaughter.
There we go. I know where it's at. Can't do a darn thing about it. Oh, my attack speed is so slow.
The stench is worse in this room. Down the hallway you see a powerful-looking troglodyte. You have slain the troglodyte champion.
That door actually has a strength check. Definitely don't need to get back there in order to complete this quest. Welcome. I bet I know who that is. I'm gonna loot this. This is gonna spawn more people than I need. Yay! Thank you for supporting me. Okay, now we can... Oh no, we've run out of shield. We should be able to run past the oozes now. So I'll have to fight those. Oh, they found me anyway. Okay, here we go. There's an optional this direction sometimes. Like most of these things. Not really always worth the journey over here at this low level. Gonna do it anyway. Actually, that's not horrible XP for it. What the heck is a Ring of Time? Slow. Weird. Mr. Knees.
You have walked the butcher's path and lived. No easy feat, even for the bravest of warriors. Yes, this is thrilling rendition of running through the base quests on normal. I could re-show you guys how fast I can die on when I run into something I'm way under level for, if you prefer. Also starting to play the game of, where am I going to put it all? So, the answer to that is you sell it. There are shops all over this place. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. I am running my character through some normal questing on the server of Galanda right now. I will never think to cast slow on somebody. Oils. I'm pretty sure mage armor only works if you have no armor on, so we're gonna get rid of those potions. Well, when you get in the harbor and you have a party that knows where they're going, they're not usually waiting for you either. They will be done the quest before you can find it. Okay, so it was a good idea to level bird crafting on a crafting weekend. Unfortunately, now I gotta figure out what to do with these shards. You get 20 free bank spaces to start with in your character bank. These are the ones that your character can use. You get no shared bank as a base class, or as a base.
You do get some crafting storage, which is how we were able to... It was a crafting weekend. That's why I went ahead and begged some of my new guildies for some crafting materials so I could have those. I'm going to go ahead and slide this one that has an augment over into my character's bank just because I don't want to lose it, but I don't want to have it in my inventory right now. And I will let you know that there's no way that 12 is enough for any kind of crafting storage. And we've got all these random level shards while leveling up. Yeah, that's true. I think you're probably the only one that has never played. This is a first life character on this server. Yeah, I decided it would be a good time with the account or the codes to go ahead and start one, just so I can do some streaming with the feel of what's it like to be a first life character again, and not have to worry about it being on hardcore. You can never truly go back to being a new player on this game though, because you have the experience from having played before. We'll use this lesser heart of wood and move that over there. Also a brand new account, yeah. Longtime VIP on the other account. So right now what we're working towards, let's see how much more we have for the store, is my next, may not even be my next one. Math has not been my strong suit today. I will be 1 point shy. I'll have to get to farming. Although I think the first time I get 100 favor gives me extra. Ooh, if I get it at 75, 75 and 100, that'll be good. I know you get it at like 5 is the first one you get, and you get 50. I already did that farm where I made one on all the different servers. It allowed me to buy 3 out of the 4 of the 99 or 99 DDO point ones. So my goal is to get the last one by Sunday.
You wish all these bones were a little cleaner. The air reeks of rotting meat.
Ah! I ran around the oozes. What was I thinking? Just remembered this one has a lot of oozes. Look at that. 3 oozes X, and all of a sudden I'm already got a Warren Heavy Mace. Ah, gonna run away from those. Just gotta go back for the collectible. I wonder if he'll get bored following me.
troglodyte. It must be a hired henchman. And where there's one trog.
Well, I guess I will show you what happens when your weapons actually break in this game. Because I have a feeling mine is not going to make it through. Ah! It is literally broken. It yanks out of my hand, and it is gone. So now I'm going to find any weapon I happen to still have available, and I mean any of them, other than my good ones, and stick them back in a weapon set. Yeah, I don't think any of the paladins, any of the deities get them though, if I'm not mistaken.
The floors, walls, and ceiling drip with ooze. It quivers as you approach, perhaps in anticipation.
Let's see, they are immune to fire. Did not know that. I think you're right. I just have not honestly played Paladin as a DPS in so long. I think I have to go bold something for this one. Yeah. Did I turn myself around? I think I did. Yeah.
A faint vibration passes through the floor. The troglodyte henchmen have been slain.
I have slain the henchman. Again, a lot of these things that most players just don't do anymore. But as I'm on a new server, I'm taking anything I can get. So in case anybody was curious, the DC on the trap that's over here is one of the highest ones for low levels. Not worth going after. And by DC, I mean trapping DC.
This room stinks a little less than the rest of this foul place.
So anybody that's like on a first life road will struggle with that one a little bit more.
The second of the Kobold chieftain's brothers has been slain. The rear section of the sewer has been opened.
Boots were out. Okay. Cross your fingers, so we get the code. Boo. Okay, so right here, sometimes spawns one of our best friends. He gives us a weapon that resists the ooze damage. If you're ever in here and you're on a harder difficulty, send your highest person with the hit points in there, because this trap can hurt. I'm not on high difficulty.
The bulging chest in this room could only belong to one of the Kobold brothers you've heard so many secrets about. The first of the Kobold chieftain brothers has been slain.
there's a chest around here somewhere with my name on it. Now the next quest we're going to pick up is actually in one of the bars, taverns, whatever you want to call it, so I won't worry about going to selling and stuff. I'm just going to go do that with them.